One of our hip hop scholars, wrote a book, Hip Hop Generation, wrote a second book, Why White Kids Love Hip Hop. And so what Barry Katwana talks about is that hip hop's not just about something that happens in the African American community. It's really global now. We're all listening into hip hop. Now, in a culture where those who used to be churched and are unchurched or de-churched, if you will, they're listening to hip hop. Hip hop is speaking to their spiritual urges. So when it comes to this issue of this spiritual religious conversation, a lot of that's happening in hip hop. So our kids, whether we know it or not, kids, young adults, they're tuning into hip hop, and hip hop's speaking to them. So if we're not engaging that conversation, what's happening is we're not a participant. We're not responding to it. We're not engaging it. So if you listen to any major hip hop album, I don't care if it's the most popular thing on the radio or the most underground thing, track 14 and 50 is going to be a very overtly religious or spiritual song, speaking to some kind of religious tradition. And I think we as the church have to be engaged in that conversation. Because if your kids are suburban, rural, urban, inner city, black, white, Latino, they are exposed to hip hop. You can't cut them off from it. It's on your sports, it's on your movies, it's on their iPods, it's there. So we have to engage it. There's something earthy and culturally connected about hip hop. Hip hop does something the church can never do. That blows my mind. I go to hip hop concerts all of the time. I go to hip hop concert, what I see is black, Latino, white, Asian, teens, to people my age, 50, at this concert. Now I'm saying, what are they doing that we're not doing? I think hip-hop crosses racial lines. I think hip-hop is very transparent, very authentic, and very honest. I do love my mama. I don't like this girl. I do search for God. So they talk about my mama on one song, Call a Girl on him on the other song. They expose their sexism. They say, yeah, I'm sexist, I'm misogynistic, and you can confront me on that, right? And I think that transparency, the authenticity, and it comes from the ground up, not from the top down. Many ways in the church come from the top down. Hip-hop, ground up. Church, God speaks. Hip-hop, God speaks to us, and we engage in dialogue. So in the hip-hop community, even though I'm Dr. Watkins, I'm not the expert. We're all theologians together. We're having a theological conversation. So hip-hop respects journey. Church once saved, now I'm in, done. Not hip-hop. So we look at artists grow and mature. Jay-Z from Reasonable Doubt to what Jay-Z's doing now. Kanye from the college dropout to what Kanye's, and we respect that journey, right? Lil Weezy wears not to Lil Wayne. We respect that journey. Hip-hop has a love for that. Sometimes in the church, we don't respect the journey. And with it being top-down versus communal coming back and dialogical, right? For example, when I used to teach Bible study years ago, I would come in front of the church, I would talk for 1 solid hour, maybe question at the end. That was it. Church was packed, right? Now, hip-hop doesn't work that way. Hip-hop, we use the culture, song from the culture, we engage the text, it's dialogue. Now, I'm not Reverend Watkins, but these voices are in the conversation as equal partners while still respecting where I stand and sit. That's hip-hop. Hip-hop requires crowd participation. You know, you got to talk back in hip-hop. Hip-hop is not one way, it's a dialogue. And that's why that's why hip-hop has so impressed me, and I've learned from it, because I think as a preacher, I need you to make it work in hip-hop, right? Because you actually inform me. It's your story that I'm rapping about. So my story and yours becomes our story. Yeah.